and welcome to Rostrum Roundup. We've got a slightly different set behind us this week. The reason being that we've run out of room out on the floor and nowhere else to set up. So behind me here is all the copper that's part of the Alain Ducasse sale, or Alain Ducasse's restaurant in Paris, and that's online at the moment, closing Wednesday, I believe. So if you haven't had a chance to look at that, I recommend you do so. Now we've got a special guest with us this week, and that's Meg Farrah over on my left here. Now Meg, I'm sure you all know, is the head of our jewellery department and jewellery specialist, and we'll be hearing from her this week because we've got two fantastic items amongst a very generous sale indeed in the jewellery department. But to get the ball rolling, over to you, Adam. What have you found?
Thank you, Marty. It's been an absolutely bumper week this week at Lawsons. I don't think I've seen a busier week, but today I'm going to go with an animal theme, and the first animal off the rank is this decoy duck. Now, these decoy ducks were used by these poor defenceless hunters, and what they would do, they would put them out on the lake, blow their little whistle until the ducks felt comfortable to land, and shoot them for shooting's sake. A lot of these hunters would fashion them themselves. They're very, very collectible. Can get up to, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars, but this one that we've got today, I'd say maybe $200 to $300.
Top price, what do you think it is?
For one of theirs?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
1 million US.
Are you serious? That's a wooden duck.
So you want to come and check this out just in case?
Could be cheap.
Cheap at that. Thanks, Adam. Peter.
All right, so for my first object is a lovely Victorian cylinder bookcase. There is a little bit of a question about whether it could possibly be an Australian piece or whether it is English. If it was Australian, then it would be a slightly more exciting find.
Well, it's Australian then.
Then it's definitely Australian. So a little bit hard to tell, because unfortunately it's very difficult to see the construction on the item. The grain looks plausibly for cedar, and the internal drawers could be hue and pine, which could then lead us to think that it might be Tasmanian, which would be a good find.
Well, we've got plenty of experts in that field. They'll tell us tomorrow or Friday, won't they?
I've already called them.
Okay.
And estimate-wise, by the way, 2,000 to 3,000.
Yeah, it's not a lot, is it?
It's a big unit. It's really lovely.
Well, thank you, Peter. Look forward to see how that goes. Now, buyers, I'm going to draw your attention to the end of month art sale. There's a particular artist there who's very close to my heart, Lawrence Dawes. Now, we've mentioned this artist in the first episode, and we had a little canal scene, and I think I estimated around about 4 to 6 and made about $1,000 all up. It was an early transitional work, but Lawrence Dawes is better known for his futuristic landscape, shall we say. I really believe that this artist is underappreciated and undervalued. So we've got two works by the artist this week. The one we're looking at on the screen here is 8 to 10,000. We've got one at 6 to 8. And the framing around these has been done by one of Sydney's most well-regarded framers, and I can guarantee you there's about $3,000 and $2,000 respectively in those frames alone. So anyway, they're good size as well. I'm looking forward to a good result for both of them. Adam.
Next one is back to my kitsch Gardnalia.
Oh no.
Interest. I was going to say fetish, but it's more of an interest than anything else.
No,
and it
right
is,
the first time.
And is the concrete garden kangaroo. Now, this is one of the better ones I've seen. It's an early one. It'll be circa 1950s. Beautifully moulded. Like it actually looks like a kangaroo. It's not stylised. It's actually moulded as a kangaroo. It's got a little joey. Paint's all faded off it, but I kind of like that. You can just picture it in the garden next to the agapanthus in the 1950s. Beautiful things, and it's just a piece of yesteryear that I really love. And money, again, you know, I'm cheap and cheerful, 150, 200.
Bit on the low side, maybe.
You think? Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if I got more, but you know, I'm a realist.
I would be. Okay. All right, thanks, Adam. Peter, what's up next?
Right, my last item is a good Victorian desk by Gillows of Lancaster, a very well established English furniture manufacturer existing since the 18th century. Mid-Victorian with a lovely break front, nice tooled green leather top, nicely stamped to the drawer, a good, clean, honest piece. I think estimate-wise, I've got about 400 to 600 on that.
Yeah, that's pretty
Again, it's a good size. It's not too overbearing. A lot of those early desks are overbearing, but yeah, it's a good little piece.
You could do with a new desk, couldn't you, Peter?
I think it's too small for me.
You're never at your desk. What are you talking about? Okay, so my last piece will be this fantastic photo album which has been put together for the opening of the QVB, or the Queen Victoria building in Sydney, 1898. And it's a whole series of original silver gelatin photographs depicting the interior, some scaffolding around the dome. So I would have thought maybe a few of these, or let's say a couple of hundred were maybe produced at the time. I've never seen one before. This is in very good order. Some fantastic shots inside of it. And I was just reading up about the QV before. I had an inkling, but I didn't realise how serious they were about tearing this beautiful piece of architecture down in the 1960s.
Oh, really?
The 1960s have a lot to answer for.
Thank goodness it's still there, hey?
What's the estimate?
Oh, 1,500 to $2,000 easily. You agree?
Yeah, I think it's a great
I think it's a
thing.
great little find, yeah. Okay, so now it's time to turn over to our special guest today, Meg Farrell, who's the head of the jewellery department. So Meg, what have you brought to show and tell?
Well, I have to say it's lovely to be here with the boys on the table. We've got a fabulous jewellery sale coming up with lots of pieces, all the sparklers. I've got a couple of pieces here at either end of the spectrum of our sale today, and the first one is an unset diamond, and it's a beautiful 3-carat diamond here. We've got a couple of unset diamonds in the sale. This one's a beautiful colour. We'll be selling that along with another one that we've got in the sale. They're a great way to make your own jewellery. Buying an unset stone like that, you can have it set into a ring, a pendant, tiara perhaps if you so fancy it.
Rather expensive way to make your own jewellery, hey?
Well, not really. I mean, if you want something really personal, that's definitely a good way to buy a diamond.
Speaking of money, what are we talking about there?
For this one here, the 3-carat, you're looking at probably about 22,000 to 28,000 perhaps, which is not much at all for a big 3-carat like that.
You've got all the paperwork as well, don't you?
They both come with GCL certificates, which is really important. It's the laboratory you want here in Australia to do the grading for you, although we've also graded them.
And what have you got in the box over there?
We've got something else completely different, this time something crazy and bizarre from the Victorian era. It's a late 19th century grouse foot brooch.
You can keep your diamond, that's what I'm after.
Totally grouse. And
Mother-in-law
he's
present.
got a little silver gilt collar on him and set with a citrine for extra special luck. It was a hunting brooch that they used to use, and you could wear it on your kilt or your scarf, and it gave you good luck when you went out hunting, so hopefully you'd catch a few more of these little babies.
Well, obviously wasn't good luck for the grouse.
Obviously, yeah, it only works one way, that one. Probably looking at about
Thing going
$250 to $350 on something like this.
I think you've got half the jewellery sale on your fingers there, Meg.
I've been buying for a few bits, and actually that one there's coming up this week as well. Just sort of.
Marketing campaign. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for the show this week. But I'm not lying, neither was Adam when he mentioned that we've got a massive sale this week. In my 15 years here at Lawsons, it's the largest antique sale I've seen, put together by Peter. So please get online and have a look at that, along with everything else. It'll be all up online by Wednesday, 5 p.m. Take a look and good luck.